Okay, so page number 27, muscular system. Last day we have discussed about the joints, right? How many joints are there? Two basic type of joints, that is movable joints and immovable joints. And different types of movable joints are also there, like pivot joints, hinge joint, gliding joint, and ball and socket joint. And we have also learned the different examples of these types of joints. Today we will learn about the muscular system. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Ashmita, I think from your device some noises are coming. You mute your device. If you have anything to tell me, then you can unmute it. Okay, now see, our body has about 600 muscles. So as we have seen that when we are born, how many bones do we have?
Ma'am, more than 300.
More than 300. And when we get mature, then we have
206, ma'am.
206 bones. Just like that, our body has about 600 muscles. They are attached to the bones by strong fibers called tendons. Just like we have seen that the bones are connected or attached to each other by the fibers. They are called the what? Tell me, ligaments, right? The bones are connected to each other by ligaments. Similarly, the muscles are connected to the bones by strong fibers, and their name is tendon, called tendons. Muscles with bones help the body in the movement. So in this picture, you can see and you can imagine that how muscles are tied with the bones, or how muscles are attached to the bones. Muscles are attached to the bones with the help of fibers called the tendons. So muscles and bones together, they help in the movement of our body. How many different types of muscles are there? There are basically 3 different types of muscles: voluntary muscles, involuntary muscles, and cardiac muscles. Voluntary muscles, involuntary muscles, and cardiac muscles. Okay, so now let's see what are voluntary muscles. The muscles that are attached to the bones and are under our control, and they are present in our arms, legs, hands, and feet. So basically we can say that the muscles that are under our control, we can control the movement of these muscles. They are called voluntary muscles. And what are the examples? The muscles present in our arms, legs, hands, and feet. So we can control the movement of our hand, our leg, our feet. When we want to stretch it, we can stretch it. When we want to close it, we can close it. So the total control is in our hand. So they are called the voluntary muscles. Now, what are the involuntary muscles? The muscles that are not under our control, they work on their own. They are present in the walls of our stomach, intestine, lungs. So we can say that the internal muscles, right? The muscles that make our internal organs, those muscles are involuntary muscles. Why? Because those muscles are not under our control. The muscles of the walls of our stomach, the muscles that make our intestine, the muscles that make our lungs, can we control their movement? Can we control the movement of our heart? No, because they just work on their own, right? We cannot control them. Those muscles are called involuntary muscles. Now the third type is the cardiac muscles. These muscles are not attached to our bones. So cardiac muscles means the muscles that are present in our heart. They contract automatically. So you have seen the contraction and expansion of heart. Have you ever seen it? That how the heart contracts and expands regularly, just like a pump. Why does the heart contracts and expands? To pump the blood. Okay, whenever the blood enters the heart, it immediately contracts. Why it contracts? to create the force by which the heart will be pumped to all the parts of our body. So the heart exactly works like a pump, so that the blood can reach all the parts of our body properly. So this is possible. This contraction of expansion of heart is possible due to the contraction of and expansion of the cardiac muscles present in the heart. You see, that is what is written here. They are present in our heart. Cardiac muscles contract automatically to squeeze the walls of the heart inward. The heart beats non-stop about 100,000. That means 1 lakh times each day. It can do this because of the cardiac muscles. So it is the cardiac muscles that contracts and expands, and this is why the heart is capable of beating non-stop about 1 lakh times each day. Okay, so it's this is a very important line. Short questions can arise from this line, can come from this line. So you can just mark it if you have pencil. So these muscles that are present in the heart and that controls the expansion and contraction of our heart, so that it can beat non-stop about 1 lakh times each day, these muscles are called cardiac muscles. Now, how do these muscles work? These are the different types of muscles: voluntary muscles, involuntary muscles, and cardiac muscles. Okay, let's see this true fact box. Everyone look here. Let's see what is written. The longest muscle in human body is sartorius, which runs diagonally from the hip to the knee. So from the hip to the knee at the back side of our upper leg, at the back side of our upper leg, there is a long muscle that extends from the hip to the knee of our body. So that is the longest muscle of human body. Now, how the muscles work? Our muscles are attached with bones. They pull the bones to produce the movement. Muscles work in two ways, either by contraction or by relaxation. When muscles contract, the bones come closer. When the muscles contract, the bones come closer. Here you see, as when we raise our lower arm, biceps muscles of upper arm contract to pull the bones of upper arm in upward direction. The triceps muscles then relax. When biceps muscles contract, the triceps muscles relax. And when the triceps muscles contract, the biceps muscles relax. So for that, let's see what are the biceps muscles and what are the triceps muscles. I'm just zooming in this part. So can you see? These muscles are called the biceps muscles. The muscles present to the inward direction, or inside muscles, to the inside part of our upper arm. And these muscles that you can see here, these are the triceps muscles. The muscles that are present to the outward direction, not to the outside of our upper arm. They are called the triceps muscles. So for moving our hand, okay, we need to use these biceps muscles and triceps muscles along with the bones present in our hand, that are humerus, radius, and ulna. So what are the muscles and bones that we use for the movement of our hand? Biceps, triceps, humerus, radius, ulna. Okay, they all work together to move our hand properly. Now what happens here, you can see, when we fold our hand, look at this picture. When we fold our hand, what happens? The biceps muscles contract. Okay, you can see it has contracting. The biceps muscles contract when we fold the hand. At the same time, then the triceps muscles are in a relaxed position. You can see. Similarly, when we again unfold our hand, what happens? The biceps muscles are in relaxed position and the triceps muscles contract. You see, it has become shorter. Can you see?
Yes, ma'am.
Contract means it contracts means it becomes shorter. Okay, it becomes shorter by the size. So when the bicep muscle contracts, that means it becomes shorter by size. Because why it's becoming shorter by size? Because it is pulling the bone. It is pulling the bone to the inward direction. This is why we are able to fold our hand to the inward direction. Because the bicep muscle is pulling the bone to the inward direction. This is why we are able to pull our hand to the inward direction. Okay. And this is why the bicep muscle to this direction. This is why the bicep muscle becomes short by the hand, by the length, because it's pulling it. This is what is called contraction. And when the biceps muscle contracts, the triceps muscle relaxes. You can see it's not the tricep muscle is not contracted here. And the opposite thing happens when we just unfold our hand. Then the bicep muscle relaxes and the tricep muscle contracts. So the exactly the opposite thing happens. The opposite means when biceps contract, triceps relax, get the relaxation. And when triceps contract, biceps get the relaxation. Now what you will have to remember that when the biceps contract and when the biceps gets relaxed. So don't get confused. Just try to memorize only the movement of only one muscle. Then you will automatically can remember, you can automatically remember the movement of the other muscle, because it is exactly the opposite of the previous one. So just remember the movement of one muscle. Remember the movement of biceps. When you are folding the hand, biceps biceps contract. When you unfold the hand, biceps get relax. Okay, and the opposite thing happens with the triceps. So if you are able to remember only the movement of only one muscle, you will automatically be able to remember the movement of the other muscle, because the movement is exactly opposite to each other. This is how biceps and triceps muscles help us in the movement of our hand. Now quickly see this part, lesson in short. Cells are the building blocks of our body. The skeletal system is a rigid framework of bones that serves many important functions. The backbone is also known as vertebral column or spine. The point where two or more bones join together, that is called a joint. Our body has about 600 muscles. Muscles work in two ways, by contraction and relaxation. Now, if any of you have any problem from this chapter, you can raise your hand and ask me your question. First name I can see here, Junaid Khan. Yes, Junaid?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, in the when we born, how many muscles we have?